Nam mô Bổn Sư Thích Ca Mâu Ni Phật. Kính thưa thầy giảng sư, kính thưa tất cả quý Phật tử bệnh viện hôm nay. Thật là một cái hữu duyên cho Phật tử ở Hòa Lan chúng ta nói chung, cũng có một số quý Phật tử ở Âu Châu về đây tham dự cái buổi thuyết giảng của thầy Thích Pháp Hòa. Thì quý vị cũng biết, nói giới thiệu về thầy Pháp Hòa thì chắc có lẽ thầy không giới thiệu thì quý Phật tử mình cũng biết rất là nhiều. Tại thầy là một vị thầy trẻ thuyết pháp rất là nổi tiếng ở trên mạng, quý vị thường nghe thường biết. Thì thầy cũng có một cái nhân duyên với chùa Vạn Hạnh rất là nhiều năm, mà chưa có cất cái ngôi chùa này thì thầy cũng đã có đến Hòa Lan rồi. Thì hiện giờ thì thầy trụ trì chùa Trúc Lâm ở Canada. Thầy rất là dành nhiều thời gian để mà đi thuyết giảng cho tất cả các Phật tử ở khắp nơi. Thì nói về nhân duyên mà chùa mình á, hồi trước thì thầy có ghé biểu mấy anh em con lên trên lầu kiếm chỗ nào đó mà ngủ. Thì thầy cũng không có nhớ, thì lúc đó quý thầy qua đông lắm. Thì quý thầy đông thì thầy chùa mình thì nó chật, nó không có chỗ. Thành ra thầy nói thôi quý thầy khi lên trên lầu ở chỗ nào trống nó tìm chỗ nghỉ. Thì thầy cũng nói vậy thôi. Thì thầy có nhắc lại là thầy có đến, mà lúc đó đông cho thầy không để ý. Thì sau đó thì thầy có đến thầy thăm. Thì thầy cũng có hỏi thăm về vấn đề mà xây cất chùa chiền. Thì thầy nói là ở chỗ dưới chỗ mình chật chỗ, cho nên về trên đây cất cái chỗ lớn hơn. Thì thầy cũng rất là hoan hỷ, thầy ủng hộ thầy về mặt vật chất. Thầy cũng ủng hộ thầy để phụ một phần nào đó để mà thành lập cái ngôi chùa này. Thì cái công đức đó thầy cũng rất là ghi nhớ với thầy Pháp Hòa. Thành ra thầy hôm nay một cái duyên mà coi như là cất được cái chùa mới nào. Pháp thì nó mênh mông, chúng ta nghe hoài không hết, cho nên chỉ nhắc lại 5 điều mà lợi ích mà của người Phật tử nghe Pháp Đức Phật đã dạy. Thì quý Phật tử sẽ thấy cái điều lợi ích này, mình cố gắng. Thứ nhất, có những điều quý vị chưa có biết, cho nên hôm nay mình được cái may mắn là mình được nghe Pháp, mình thâu thập thêm những cái điều mới mà mình chưa biết. Cái điều lợi ích thứ hai á, là mình đã làm sáng tỏ những cái điều gì mà lâu nay mình nghe mà mình chưa có được rõ nhiều hơn. Thì
toàn cái đại chúng chắc xin phép quý vị cho Pháp Hòa xin 10 phút. Thôi xin Phật cho con nghĩ tu 5 phút để nghe lộn. Và mình xin đại chúng cho hòa xin 10 phút để hòa nhìn xuống và thấy là các bạn trẻ rất là đông và các vị Phật tử người Hà Lan cũng rất là đông. Thì chắc xin quý vị cho 10 phút và nói tiếng Anh để mình không có phụ lòng người ta đến đây ngồi đây với mình, được không? Good morning, my dear brothers, sisters, and friends. First of all, I would like to express my happiness to be here with all of you in Holland this morning. Today is Sunday, June 11, 2017. This is my third time that I visit, especially this temple. I was here first time in 2002 when I visit the venerable abbot here. He's still at the old temple, and I remember that time because we have a tour in Europe, so we have a very short visit Amsterdam for I think just one night and one day. And when we arrived, it's quite late, about 9 or 10 p.m. So the temple doesn't have, not prepare any food yet, but our favorite food is instant noodle. So we enjoy the instant noodle at the temple, and we stay there for one night, and the next morning we have a chance to visit around Amsterdam, and we go back to France. And my second time, maybe a few years ago, when the temple still on construction, and I have a chance to visit the temple while still under construction. And this time when I come back, I'm so happy and so proud for the Vietnamese Buddhist community in Holland that they have constructed this beautiful temple. And last night when I sit downstairs for dinner, I'm really happy. I so enjoy the view, the place, and the temple is very well constructed. So I would like to express my thanks to all of you who put all the effort to make this temple become real in our group. Thank you so much. And because this only the speech will be in Vietnamese, so I would like to take this about 10-15 minutes to share with you briefly about the Buddhist practice. When you come to Buddhism, and you may have a question, what can I practice according to the Buddha's teaching? And the very important word that we use is mindfulness. Because mindfulness is the main practice in Buddhism. Mindfulness is the heart of the practice. So no matter what kind of practice you do, but without mindfulness, your practice cannot completely, cannot come to the successful. And what is mindfulness mean? Mindfulness means whatever you do, you have your attention, your focusing, and your understanding, your awareness there. Because Buddhism is not only a religion that you come to worship or blessing, but the main thing is you come to Buddhism for the practice, for the teachings, for the guidance. Because we live in this life, we must know how to live happy. We all live. But without learning, we don't know how to live, we don't know how to make our life better. So the Buddha taught us there are 5 trainings that we can practice, and we can transform our own life, our family, our society, become a better society. We all have the intent to make this life better. We always pray for the world peace. But pray for the world peace is not enough if none of us willing to invest how to make this world become real peace. Wishing is one thing, praying is one thing, but how do you do to make things become reality, to make things become real? For example, we want to build this temple, but we just sit there and pray. We do not donate. We have no plan. Then how this temple can be success construction? So praying for the temple to be built is the wish, but we need to put our attention, our heart, our real practice, our real doing to make this dream become true. Same thing. We all wish for the happy family, for a happy life, happy family, happy society. But we do not do anything. Then how can we make this life become really happy? Even us, even ourselves, we still have no happiness at all. So what do Buddha advise us to do? There are 5 things that we can practice. Aware of the suffering caused by destruction of life. So we vow to cultivate our loving kindness, not to kill. So remember, what is Buddhism practice is understanding and loving. Because you understand the suffering of destruction, of killing, so we cultivate the kindness. The kindness is we do not kill each other. We try to protect each other. We do not encourage any act of killing. So right on the first training, you already can see what is called loving and understanding. We understanding the suffering of killing, so we vow not to kill. So we do not force it, but we're willing to vow because we understand the true understanding, the true suffering if no one practices this. You can imagine if this society, there's no rules, no law. We have the right to damage each other, to destroy each other, then this life will be a mess. So that's why the first thing that you can show your loving kindness is not to kill. And this is the first training. Sometimes we do not kill each other by weapons, but we may kill each other by the words we use each other, by the way we act to each other, by the way we treat each other. Some people, they die, they suffer. They so suffer, not because you're killing them with weapons, but by the way you treat them, by the way we behave. We may bring a lot of suffering to our loved one. So the second training that the Buddha advised us, we understand the suffering and the unfair of exploitation. So we practice not to take anything that not belong to us. In other words, no stealing. To be fair, if that is not us, we do not take. We want it, we ask for that. And instead of taking, what can we do to make this life more happy? Giving. You can imagine if this life only taking and never giving, then what is the possible of life? So because we're willing to give whatever we can, that's why we give others the happiness of hope. They hope that somebody can come and help them. They hope that one day their life can be better. So giving somebody your time, our help is also a giving. Not only money, not only material, but sometimes this life, people need our giving is be there for them. Sometimes they don't need money, but they need your love. They need your understanding. So we ask ourselves, do we need someone to love us? Of course. So when I travel around and a lot of people try and come and ask me to take pictures, I'm willing to stand there for hours to take pictures. Not because I like pictures, just because I know if they love me, that's why they come and take a picture. So if they do not love me, they don't have to do that. They don't have to line up in the sunshine. They don't have to line up and wait for every single picture. So I'm willing to stand there because they come to me with love, and there is no way that I do not respond. So if you're able to practice that, you know that people come to you, you need to come to others. And sometimes people cannot come to you yet. And the practice is you're willing to come to others. This is the way to help us to transform the negatives. If you feel that the other people, they don't like you, then you will try to do something to make them calm their anger, to make them transform the negatives, and to make them come to you easily. If this life we say, I don't care, then no one will care. So I will be the one who care. Then if one person live with care, the other can follow and live with care. So if this life people live with careless, then there's nothing can be happen. When you step into this temple, you can feel a lot of people, they care for the temple. That's why they take good care for the temple. If we do that, we don't care, then nothing will take care. Right? So we take care for ourselves. We take care for the environment. We take care for the community. So we do need a lot of care. So the second practice is to show your care. To show your taking. Then if you are caring for something, then you're willing to put your effort into the construction to make these things better. If we do pay attention to family, then what we will do is we try to protect our happiness, the other's happiness, by practicing the third practices. Do not engage any sexual relationship without love and long-term commitment. We have passions. This is real because we're still human. So that's why we're willing to practice the third training. I vow not to engage any sexual relationship without love and long-term commitment. Because we do care for the society, for families, that's why we practice the third training. Sometimes young people right now, they don't care about that. They don't care about their own life. They just live according to their passion. But do you know what? The passion always and sometimes always bring you very down. And that is one of the way you sunk your life. Because once your life is collapsed, then you have no more hope, you have no more wish, you have no more energy to live. Then that is the energy to roll your life, to sunk your life to the negatives more and more. So if you do care for your own life, your family, your society, you also will take good care, good practice on the third training. No sexual misconduct. The fourth one, every daily life, we have a lot of communication. And what is the main communication? Conversation. We talk to each other. So you can imagine how much we talk each day. But if we have no mindfulness on our speech, we may speak, we may use the language to make our loved one or people around us to upset, to get angry because the way we speak. So make sure that we do use loving speech, loving words to each other. And one of the things that I always remind myself, something you don't want, never do to others. This is the key to live. Anything you don't like to hear, don't speak to others. One of the problems that, damage the family, damage the happiness is because people do not use loving speech. Why? They don't care the feeling of others. When I share this, and you can see with your care, there are a lot of positive things you can do. Because if you do care for your loved one, you do care about the feeling, you never say anything to hurt them. Or you try, sometimes accidentally, you may do that. But after you are aware of it, you need to renew yourself, you need to change yourself. But you never say, I don't care, this is who am I. Of course, if you know that is you, then you should do to make you better. Sometimes they will say, okay, so you better watch out. You better watch your language. So if we do care for ourselves, loved one, then the fourth one we try to practice easily. Reflect on the words we use. Reflect on the language we use to each other. How about the fifth one? And before we go to the last one, we also need to learn one of the things that combined with talking is listening. Listening is also important. Sometimes we like to talk more than we like to listen. And we expect others to listen to us more than we listen to others. Sometimes people try to say something, okay, I understand, you don't have to talk much. I hear you. But when they ask, but what did you hear from me? I don't know. Why? Because we don't care. We just want to talk more than we listen. But do you know what? The more we listen, the more we learn. That's why we have one bodhisattva symbolized for deep listening. And that is one day of Bồ-Tát, Kuan Yin Bodhisattva, Avalokiteshvara. She is the one who practiced deep listening. That's why, in Asia, when they suffer, they come to her. They ask her to help. She's willing to sit there attentively and listen to your cries. So whenever you need help, you come to her, you speak to her. So listening is one of the ways for us to learn and to come back to ourselves. And the more you listen, the more you can help. Because after you listen, you understand what they need. So you can give your help easily. So you want to practice the second training to help, to give. Then give them your attention of listening. And after that, your help is more meaningful, more powerful. They link to each other. If you practice this, the other can be happy. That is the beautiful way that we can see the connection between one another. If one thing can be practiced, many things can be happening. And that is the meaning of this temple too. Vang Hap. If one action is practiced, many action can be followed. Beautiful. One person doing good thing, many people can follow. So the last one is, do you care for your life? Do you care for your own body? Yes, I do. Then what do? Take good care. How to take good care for my own body? Take right food. Sometimes we love to eat, but we never know what kind of food that appropriate for our own body. If you take the wrong food, you get sick. If you got sick, you cannot continue to do good things. This is the law. Do not take negative food into your body, like drugs, smoking, gambling, drinking, toxin, many poisons. We need to say no. You already see your father who smoked a lot. And you don't like, when you're young, you don't like people smoke. Then you make sure you tell yourself, you better not learn to smoke. You have the right to say no. Sometimes you learn yes, but sometimes you learn no. You say no to negatives. There's no sin. So do not wait until we come to the fruit of suffering and we ask for blessing. We ask for helping. We need to help right at the moment we almost get into the problem. If you stop on the right, for example, if you drive to the temple and you know you turn on the right, on the wrong direction, what happened? You need to find a way to come out right away because you don't want to go deeper. You know it's wrong. You want to turn around and find your right direction. This is the practice. So you can meet Buddhism everywhere in your society, in life. You don't have to find in the temple. But you come to the temple for instruction. And then you can realize Buddhism every corner of the universe. When you drive, you turn to the wrong direction. Automatically, you have to find a way out. Then tell yourself, oh, this is appropriate for my practice. I know it's wrong, then I have to make it right. And life can be possible. So in Buddhism, speaking about love is not only by words, it's not a philosophy, but show your love. Show your love by these 5 trainings. Do you see the 5 colors there around the temple? And those are the 5 colors symbolized for the 5 trainings that I just shared. And the 5 continents. You can imagine if the 5 continents practice these 5 mindfulness trainings, then we will have the whole world of peace. So we are praying for the world peace now become real. It's real because every single one of us, we're willing to put our effort into this practice. If every one of us here, we try the best to practice whatever we can in these 5 trainings, I am sure at least you have saved your life, you saved the environment of your family, of the society. So again, we have a big question. Why I need to come to Buddhism? What Buddhist can give me the reality practice? The 5 trainings I just shared. You don't have to be a Buddhist to practice. If just a human, if you reflect deeply on these 5 trainings, none of the things that related to religions, they are related to our own, our human's life, our society. So Buddhism is the way to live, is the way of life. Buddhism is not only a religion or philosophy that you come to speak about the philosophy, to learn about the philosophy, or to bow the Buddha, to worshiping the Buddha. And that is the form of religion. But more than that, Buddhism is the education, to educate us to live a better life. So I hope that with my brief sharing, at least you can take the main points about Buddhism into your practice. Thank you for your attention.